What I'm trying to tell you is that you live in an illusion. It's a good illusion for survival. But in terms of being able to see the full spectrum of reality as it exists, no, there's no way. It's only a tiny, tiny, incy-wincy little fragment of reality. And then talking about this reality, that's a fantasy on top of a fantasy. The first fantasy is that you think that what you see is real and everything. That's the first fantasy. The second fantasy is there's a fantasy within the first fantasy. So you're going layer upon layer of fantasies. Now, let me give you another example. Let's say you hear rustling in the forest. You think it's a tiger there. 9 times out of 10, there's no tiger there. But how come your senses are constantly alerting you to the tiger? And that is evolution. Evolution gives you the ability to see things that are not really there at all because it's good for survival. One time there is a tiger and it saves your butt. In other words, why are we here today? We're here today because our senses are overactive. Our senses think there's a lion, there's a tiger there, when there's no lion or tiger there at all. But it was good for our survival. Okay? So our senses are only necessary for our survival. That's why we cannot see infrared, we cannot see ultraviolet, we cannot see the whole spectrum of reality, radio, everything. We can't see it all because it was not necessary for our survival.